Right guys, quick one. So this is the opening round of the Amigos GT3 League, and I'm coming in here as the current champion for winning the last season, and basically it's my first race in the Honda NSX. I used to race the Audi up to this point, and you'll see at the start of the race, myself and my teammate that I raced endurance with, Chris, who's in the number 44 Honda in front, we sort of break away and we start to put in a bit of a gap versus the rest of the pack after the next couple of corners. Now the other day I said to people that, you know, don't worry about going online and racing other people if you think you're going to cause a crash or you're going to be too slow and all that stuff. Don't worry about any of that. Just get involved. You will learn, right? And what you're going to see is even experienced people making mistakes, right? So myself and Chris, we are quite experienced at sim racing. We are pretty decent as well, I think it'd be fair to say. Like we, you know, the leagues we race in, we'd be split one type of pace near the front for the most part. And we we race very, very clean. We've raced wheel to wheel on many occasions. We're very closely matched on pace. And you know, we never have mess ups at all until now, and this resulted in both of our cars being essentially, well, my car particularly was wiped out completely, but Chris also suffered a lot of lost positions. You'll see there I suffered massive damage that put me back to about a minute and a half worth of damage. But if we look at the onboards again, we'll see here that, you know, we've both raced with each other, you know, many times before. And from my perspective, if we just go back a tiny bit, I thought that, you know, I got a much better drive off that corner, and coming into this fast right, you know, I've the inside. I think, right, I'm entitled to the space. I've got fully alongside. I've got the better drive, and he has to give space, right? So I thought, well, okay, let's proceed. As we get to here, I can still see him just outside the wing mirror. I'm like, hang on, I'm not getting the space that I need. So I'm forced more to the inside, and this is what causes the chain of events. We hit the curb, go flying, right? Now, if we take a look from the outside of the car, let's just roll it till I hit the curb at this point, right? Now, half of my car is on the curb. If I didn't use that curb, and I had half of my car alongside, was I given enough space? Don't know. Was I too cautious by going too much to the inside? Don't know. It's probably a combination of both, to be perfectly honest. And you know, I remember when the accident happened live when I was racing, it was just like, oh no, this can't be happening. But it's a reminder that even experienced sim racers can suffer from these problems, you know, and no one is perfect. So if you're worried about going online, causing accidents, like, chances are you may get caught up in something from time to time, but don't let it ruin your fun. You know, these things happen. But anyway, if we look at it from onboard my teammate's car, and let's just roll it back a little. So he coming into the corner, he can see me going to the inside in the rearview mirror. Much better drive, and at this point, it's pretty much defenseless, right? Now at this point, you can see that there's steering angle on. He's trying to give a bit of space, to be fair. Probably enough, I don't know. Like I say, it's just a case of two people misjudging the space that's actually there. I end up riding the curb. If my car wasn't over there, probably would have made contact anyway. But then, yeah, you know, as you can see, the car comes back across. But ultimately, it's just one of those things that, you know, when you strip it back, we shouldn't have been in this position in the first place. Right? It's lap one of a 1 hour race. You know, we're teammates essentially in endurance racing, and when we compete individually, we've managed to get ourselves, you know, into first and second, and you can see that there's a bit of a gap now forming to the cars behind. So what should have happened here is we should have, you know, not decided to battle too much. and you know, we should have done the sensible thing and just kind of built a bit of a gap to the cars behind, because there's some fast guys on this grid, and you know, us battling each other would have been bad enough, but leading to being taken out just made things a lot worse. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, not ideal. Terrible outcome. There's a couple of contacts as I'm trying to battle with the steering wheel, and this is what leads to the contact. So again, from my on board, as soon as I hit the curb, there's a lot of steering corrections going on. But yeah, the writing's on the wall. And then I think there was like a certain point of coming off the gravel that actually spat the car off the track. But yeah, not ideal, not ideal. Now it is important as well that during the rejoin, I do run with an overlay on my second screen that I have, so I can see the cars approaching. And what it is, it's very important to go out here as slowly as possible. Like, yes, you do have to rejoin. Now, problem is here, right now you can see how close I'm trying to keep. You know, I'm not even, you know, I'm barely on the track. So it looks a lot worse actually from the onboard when that car whizzes past, right? But to be perfectly honest, right, and this is another thing that some sim racers might, let's say, try to capitalize on these situations, right, is that when a car is off track, it is going to rejoin. Now, when it's rejoining very slowly, this car here should be literally over to this part of the track here, right? Now, it's not to say that, oh, you know, I should wait. Of course, it's on me to rejoin cleanly, right? But bear in mind, even if I'm trying to rejoin cleanly, steering on the car is broken, and even if I'm trying to get it out of the wall in a controlled manner, you know, anyone that's played any racing sims or even ACC as an example here will know that when the steering rack is broken on the car, even trying to get out safely can be a bit dicey. But again, the Porsche keeps its line pretty much, and that could have led to something that, yes, you could argue it would have been my fault, but on the other side, it would have been completely avoidable as well. So just something to bear in mind. Not a big deal. But yeah, like I say, guys, a lot you can learn from this. You know, a terrible start to my title defense. Shit happens. But yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, even experienced racers can get it wrong. The key thing is that you know, if you get it wrong, it's an honest mistake. We both tried to give each other room, and it just didn't work out. And interestingly, actually, the damage on the car was so bad, right, that's me fully locked on the steering wheel, and I actually had to use the old the NASCAR method of getting it around the corner, just to get it to the pit box. But yeah, this move left me about a lap or two down. You know, the cars in front were, you know, a minute plus up the road at this stage, coming into the pits. And then the damage repair on the pit stop here was about 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's not including the pit entry and exit. So I managed to come back and finish like in, you know, 15th or something like that. So, or sorry, 17th. So it wasn't a total disaster. But it was a pretty bad race. Like, it was hard to figure out how it could have gone any worse. But yeah, like I say, just finally wrapping this out. Later in the race, then I caught up to the guys in 17th and 18th position. The guy in 17th went off here into the gravel, and this left me then behind the newly inherited P17, and I knew my only option here was to try an undercut going into the hairpin. So I knew, you know, he obviously went in very deep. I came under, and I just had to make sure that I got the power down very cleanly on the exit. Just another angle of it. Actually, thought that move was really nice when I done it. But again, you know, you're planning for these things. You know, with a couple of laps left, I was closing in like over, you know, for the entire hour trying to catch these guys. So when I finally got through, it was like a win for me, given the start I had. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. If you're interested in joining a league in ACC, I race in the Amigos Racing League. It's all different abilities and skills, from fast guys to guys that are still developing, and they're all very clean. They're all very good drivers, though, I will say that much. No matter where your pace is, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to have some great races. And like I say, then myself and Chris, that runs Amigos as well, we race in endurance as well. So come join in if you want to get involved in the whole endurance side of things as well. We also run a team in endurance, but we're trying to obviously scope out kind of who wants to get involved and all that stuff. But yeah, like I say, guys, I'll leave it here. Hopefully this has been a bit of an insight to you as to how even experienced guys can make an absolute mess of things. And yeah, hope to see you on track soon.